So the other day I noticed my speed sensor had stopped working. My Garmin just couldn't pick it up. And it still has power. The lights come on, the red and green lights. And the green light flicks when it's in test mode. You can hear the little relay tripping as the magnet goes past. So the speed sensor is sensing, but my Garmin can no longer see it. And I tried manually entering it. I've tried searching for it with the head units, and nope, can't find it. So it seems it's lost the ability to transmit. So what's my setup? I guess you don't really need a speed sensor. Usually GPS signal is good enough to keep your speed on there, but sometimes if you're going through a tunnel or somewhere without good GPS signal, it helps to have it. Also, obviously the speed sensor is more accurate. It stops the speed from jumping up and down like it does when you're just using GPS. Cadence I don't really need anymore because my Garmin Vector 2S transmits cadence details to my 510 head unit. And so I was looking for a solution for a speed sensor to replace this. I have multiple wheel sets that I like to change between. So I didn't want to get one of the hub-based ones that you put on the hub. And so I was looking for a good solution. I actually really love this guy. This is the Magene Gemini 200. And the reason I love this guy is because he can do both speed and cadence. So he has two modes. You take out the battery and put the battery back in, and the LED flashes red, I think, and red is for cadence. And then if you take out the battery and put the battery back in, it'll flash green, and green is for speed. So if you want it in cadence mode, you can mount it on the inside of your crank arm, and it'll become a cadence sensor. Or if you want it in speed mode, you can put it on the hub of your rear wheel, and it'll be in speed mode. And the great thing about this guy is he does Bluetooth and ANT plus at the same time. So if there's a phone app you use, as well as your Garmin head unit, it'll send speed or cadence data to both of those. So yeah, this Magene Gemini 200 is great. He does speed or cadence and transmits on Bluetooth and ANT. But like I say, I use like 3 different wheel sets on this bike. And that would mean either buying one of these for each wheel set and then configuring on the Garmin 3 different bikes that have to switch between depending on which wheels are on the bike. Or every time I change wheels, try put this guy in the rear hub. And I mean, they're okay to fit, but it's still fiddly. You know, you got to put your fingers between the spokes and try to get those elastic bands around and blah blah blah. And I don't know, seems like too much trouble. I want it, I change wheels quite often, so I want it to be as simple a process as possible. So I went ahead and got this guy. So this is Xingzhe, a Chinese company. Let's crack it open. Pressure, cadence, temperature, Bluetooth, ANT, speed. Magnets, bro. Wow. English instructions, winning. The English instructions are actually pretty good. They're not less Chinglish. I like, where are we? I like this. When launching the next time, please keep the device in an aroused state. So yeah, it's a good job I read the instructions. There's an insulating sheet between the battery and the device that if you don't take it out, obviously it's never going to work. So yeah, I guess I would have been there thinking, why won't it turn on? So let's do that. I hate these coin open things because I never have coins. And keys just kind of break it. So let's have like open, close, I'm trying to open. There we go. This way. Okay, we're back in business. Garmin, shut up. So this is the Pro version that supports ANT Plus and Bluetooth. The standard version is just Bluetooth. The Pro version is silver. The standard version is black. I think I'd prefer just black. Like this silver doesn't match anything on my bike. Yeah, first world problems, I know. Design wise, I think it's pretty cool. Like it looks sleek, it looks aero. Usually if something looks aero, it is aero. The Garmin thing, I mean, I know why the Garmin has this, so you can adjust it to get to the wheel cadence. This, no such luck, so in a minute we'll see how easy or hard it is to get it touching the cadence and the wheel at the same time. This might be an issue. We'll see. So what is this? This is the Qi Smart Cycling Mate from Xingzhe. I think Qi is a fin in Chinese, like a shark's fin. Obviously you can see the design. This is the Pro version. So basically, I'll tell you, there's a Chinese phone app which is started life as a somewhat of a Strava clone. Excuse my phone is going crazy these days. Yeah, there's a Chinese phone app which started life as a Strava-esque clone. You know, all your usual stuff. Let's have a look, I'll show you. Just blah, 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 blah. You know, just tracking your rides and blah, blah. Yeah, and so the company that makes this app is called, well, the name of the app is called Xingzhe. And this is companion hardware for this app. So what this guy does is sends more information to the phone app. So the standard, this is the Pro version. The standard version just comes with Bluetooth 4.0 to connect to your phone. And so the standard version is going to send speed and cadence, which is fairly standard stuff. But another cool thing it does, the device actually has a built-in barometer. So you're going to have better accuracy levels for your altitude, like you do with your Garmin head units, but for your phone. So that's really cool. Like lots of phones have barometers built into them, but the apps don't know how to access them. And so you get really dodgy elevation data when you're using a smartphone for a bike computer. So that's going to fix that because you're going to have your pressure built in. It's also got a temperature sensor built in, which I think is pretty cool. You know, usually if you're using your Garmin head unit, your Garmin records temperature, so you can see how the temperature of your ride. So again, this is going to be sending temperature to the Xingzhe app, so you're going to also get temperature data on your phone too. And yeah, because this is the Pro version, it comes with ANT Plus. So basically that's what the reason I want it for, because now there's this Xingzhe app which is really taken off in China, and it also has segments. Let's see if I can find a segment. Recommended. They call them race. So yeah, you have these segments now, and let's have like where are we? Yeah. So you have segments taken off on this app now, and so there's no way to link your Garmin to this. You have to use the phone app, and because everyone's starting to use this now, I've had to jump on this because in China, Strava's not, especially in smaller cities, Strava's not as popular as things like this Xingzhe app. So yeah, you can see I'm number one on this leaderboard for a local climb. But yeah, everyone was asking me like, oh, why aren't you on the leaderboard? Like I thought you were good. So yeah, I've had to get this app so I can join in the peeing competition with everyone else. But anyway, everyone likes peeing competition. So yeah, I needed a device that's going to send speed and cadence to both my Garmin and this Xingzhe app. So here we are. This is the solution. So in the box, you get this guy, you get the instructions. Instructions are Chinese and English, which is pretty good. Like the English is not bad. Pretty well translated. I can understand it at least. And you get a whole bunch of magnets. Pretty strong magnets too. I was playing around with them just, and they're frisky little devils. Woo. That's my Garmin magnet. We don't know. Yeah. So the reason I think they send you so many magnets, so all these magnets come in the box. Oh, I'm not messing around with these magnets. Okay. Note to self: keep this away from each other. Yeah. The reason they send you so many magnets, I think, is because this doesn't have the little arm that the Garmin unit does to get closer to your wheels. I'm guessing I'm going to end up stacking magnets like this so that the magnets are going to get close enough to the sensor as they pass by, which I'm not sure how aero that's going to be with a bunch of magnets sticking out. And you know, magnets aren't light either. I don't really want that on my wheel. But we'll see what happens. We'll try bodge something in a minute. So yeah, let's throw this bad boy on and see what we end up with. Alright, first let me try see how easy or hard it is to hook this guy up to the app. I'm not going to use the instructions. Okay, Bluetooth is on. We'll go into sensors, go to Qi. Maybe we need to wake him up. Oh shit, put some magnet love on him. Where's the LED? Does it have an LED? Wake up. Are you awake? I have no idea if you're awake. We'll assume you're awake. How do I search for you? Search stopped. Don't stop my search. Go. Why do you say search stopped? So yeah, I'm going to search stopped. There's no point to say stop. Let's kill the album. Go again. Okay, thanks for the mine. Sensors. G. Search stopped. Why search stopped? Stop search. What? Why is search stopped? Kill me. Press the magnifying glass. Oh. Search. Oh, so I'm struggling with that. Search. Don't make me read the instruction, boy. What is that? Okay, plan B. Let's see if Mr. Garmin can see him first. Search. Mr. Garmin, go. Come on. Yay! So Mr. Garmin can see him. Let's look at sensor details. I'm intrigued. Sensor ID 49. I thought they usually have really big numbers. Huh. Well, I hope no one else has sensor ID 49. Otherwise that's going to get messy. Okay, so he's cool now. Okay, so the device is definitely awake because the Garmin can see the device. But the app that's supposed to see the device, can't see the device. Come on, bro. Let's turn Bluetooth off and on again. Well, at least that changed this to searching. Hey, there we go. So, yeah, for whatever reason. Oh, Bluetooth connection failed. Go away. Connecting. Bluetooth connection failed. What? Did it connect or not? Okay, we're magically in business, I think. Well, it says the air pressure is 0 and the elevation is 0. But hey, I can get the speed and stuff to show up. So okay, we're kind of in business. We're connected. We also have an estimated power. Temperature's working. Cadence. Let's see if cadence is working. Yep, cadence is working too. So cool beans. So it works. Now let's install it. Okay, so step 1 is to remove my dead garment. Trying to scratch my bling bling paint. by Mr. Garmin. Okay, let's think. Where are you going to have to sit? So, I don't need cadence because what? Okay, I think I'm going to go for about here. Okay, for now, let's do it like that. So yeah, I'll show you what the potential problem would be. Obviously, we've got to get a sensor on the crank arm close enough to here, but at the same time, the sensor on the spoke close enough to here. Yeah. So one thing I have in my favor is this battery cover, or the connector, sorry, for the Vector 2S power meter. I might just like super glue a small battery on here, which is probably going to get me close enough to this to be picked up. But my spokes are looking pretty far away from here. But let me bodge it up and see if it works. So in my bag box of Byte Computer spare stuff, I have, yeah, here we are, a whole bunch of different magnets. So as standard, this magnet was too far away from the sensor, so I have this tiny magnet which I can stack like this just to make him stick out that little bit more. And let's see if that's enough to hit. Let's see if it works. Yeah, we got a cadence reading. Yeah. Just by having this tiny little magnet on there. And so yeah, it can come off. But it weighs so little, I think it's going to be pretty safe on there. Maybe the only time it will come off is when if I jet wash the bike. So yeah, I guess I'll just be careful. But if it comes off, I've got plenty more of them and they cost nothing. So maybe I'll super glue them on. Yeah, we'll super glue them on. Why not? So now we have cadence working. Let's try and get speed working. And again, the spokes are looking pretty far away from that sensor. But yeah, let's see what we can do. So it's important to know not all of these wheel sensors are obviously created equally. Some of them are super slim profile. This is probably the slimmest profile I want to have. That's gonna be the furthest away from the sensor, so I don't want you. This guy is pretty tall. It's going to be either him or him. This is the one that came, no, that's not the one that came with it. Is this the one that came with it? Yeah, that's the one that came with it. So yeah, they were thinking ahead. They got a taller magnet. So let's see if it works. And again, pro tip: always install your sensors on the opposite side of your wheel to the valves. The valves are going to be the heaviest part of your wheel. So you may as well help balance your wheel a bit by sticking the magnet, around about here. Again, you can get the magnets. I have some. Where are they? You can just put some of these flat magnets directly on your spokes, which with the Garmin sensor is going to work fine because you can adjust this guy to get really close to the spokes. But with this guy, those flat magnets aren't going to work, so yeah, we have to use these pretty ugly looking things, but let's give it a try. Okay, so magnet installed. Let's see if it's close enough to pick up something. Yeah, we're working, cooking on gas. So that's close enough to that, and let's check if we've still got cadence working. Don't sleep, phone, I'm using you. Let's check if cadence is still working. Yeah, and cadence is still working too. So okay, good job. Let's tighten everything down, put some clamps on it, and take it for a test. One feature this doesn't have, which I wish it would have, and I don't think would be that hard to implement, is so this has a Bluetooth 4.0 and an ANT Plus radio in it. And so my Garmin Vector 2S only has ANT plus, no Bluetooth. So I wish this could act as an ANT plus hub. So what I mean is, I wish like it could receive my Garmin Vector 2S's ANT plus power signal, and then convert it to a Bluetooth signal and send it to my phone. That would be absolutely sweet. I'd love it if we could do that. In theory, it's just a software or a firmware thing. It's got all the hardware to do it, but unfortunately, it doesn't have that feature. Maybe I'll get in touch with them and suggest it, because that would be cool. I'd love to have the data from my Vector 2S on my phone. That would be sweet. But no, that's a pipe dream at the minute. So this is why I love Chinese sensors. So, my Garmin unit died. Fair enough, I used it for like 2.5 years. I jet wash my bike. I wash my bike in the rain. It's just weird though, because it still has power because the LEDs still flash and stuff. But yeah, it stopped transmitting. So boo-hoo, I'm sad. But so now I have my shark's fin, and he has both his cadence and his speed transmitting to both ANT plus and what's this, Bluetooth 4 at the same time. And again, let's have a quick test. Focus. So yeah, let's have a quick test at that. Dun, 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 dun. You see cadence going up on both those. Yeah, weird. The phone and the Garmin calculate cadence a little differently then. But I guess when you're actually riding, it'll be more consistent. And this heart rate, so I got heart rate on both of these. Again, that's coming from my Mcgann heart rate monitor. Link in the description below, but I did a review on that before. Heart rate monitor that can send to both Bluetooth 4.0 and ANT plus at the same time. So I have both heart rate data on both. And so now this guy also has temperature, which is also getting from the shark's fin guy. The altitude is coming from the barometer built into that guy now. So yeah, it's really clever stuff. And again, this guy, my Magene Gemini 200, which I use on my mountain bike and sometimes on my fixie, because he can be a cadence sensor or a speed sensor. So I love this guy. You pull out the battery, put it back in, LED flashes red, it's in one mode. If you want to change it out, take the battery out, put it back in again, changes mode again. Super cheap, super light, super versatile. I have a spare one in my race bag just in case, something breaks and I just want speed or cadence. Super cheap. This guy costs 100 Kwai, conversions below. This guy, the Pro version with ANT Plus and Bluetooth, cost 170 Kwai, 190 Kwai. Again, details in the links below. So just super cheap sensors with super versatility. The Garmin equivalent of this guy, so Garmin don't use this anymore, as far as I know. If you buy a 520 or a newer Garmin head unit, you get two guys similar to this. One's a speed guy, one's a sensor guy. But to buy those guys separately, I think costs in China like 400 Kwai or something. So if I bought two of these to do the same job, that would just cost 200 Kwai. So the Chinese stuff's cheaper, it works fine. Sometimes a little faffy to get set up, but once you're set up, you're good. I love it. That's why I'm using Chinese sensors. So I took it for a quick test ride, and the results were pretty good. So elevation, comparing the elevation graph from Strava on the left here at the top, and the elevation graph from the Xingzhe on the right, top right corner, the gray. They look pretty similar. Same ups and downs. On the top right, they overlay the speed for Xingzhe on the same graph. But if you compare it to the speed for Strava, again, looks the same shape. No weird drops with the sensor. All of the drops that you see on the graph are places where I stopped. If you look at the power, so their power is just an estimate. It doesn't use data from my power meter. They're just estimating it based on my weight and stuff. And so they overestimate the power quite a lot. My max power on my Garmin Vector S was 610, an average of 146, whereas they guessed my max power was 925, an average 217. So not too accurate there, but estimated power is always pretty hit and miss because they have no idea what's happening with the wind, which is obviously one of the biggest factors when you're riding your bike. The heart rate graph, no problem. Again, using my Magene heart rate monitor. One being sent to ANT to my Garmin, one being sent by Bluetooth to the Xingzhe app. Pretty similar stats. Max heart rate 183 on both of them. Average heart rate, one says 149, one says 150. That's hit or miss, but no drops in the heart rate there either. I love my Magene heart rate monitor. And the cadence, again, same sort of thing. No weird drops. Just the few drops. So obviously going down the hill, you stop pedaling or whatever. But similar stats as well. Average cadence, 87, the same on both. Max cadence, a little different. One says 146, one says 155. But yeah, very consistent stuff. And that's about it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Some of these sensors you can probably find crawling on Amazon. Some of them, like the Xingzhe sensor, I probably not, but I know the Mcgann sensors, you can find those on there. If I find them, I'll put some links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more. See you next time. China Cycling out.